सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। The argument is that even if one is Shuta Brahma, even if one has heard Brahman, the Purva Bhakti says he continues to be a sansari. That is the Purva Bhakti argument. Therefore, just knowing Brahman doesn't solve the problem. Because even if the Shutam Brahma means Avagata Brahma. The one who has heard about Brahman means the one who has understood the Brahman. That's taken for granted by the Purva-Paksha. So even if a person is a Shuta Brahma, and according to him, even if he is Avagata Brahma, but still we see them as sansaris. They are having same problem, like us. Therefore, Brahma Jnanam doesn't solve the problem. All right, you tell me what solves the problem. Hey, Brahma Jnanam doesn't solve the problem. Brahma Upasana solves the problem. So that is the thing. Because Brahma Jnanam has no phalam. Jnanam doesn't create anything. Knowledge is unproductive. Knowledge doesn't create anything. But Upasana being a kriya, Upasana being a mental action, and actions have results. And the results of action have gradation. See, adhikasya adhikam phalam, that is the nyaya. More the action, more the result. And the maximum result that you can get out of karma is moksha. So moksha is the maximum. Moksha means the highest result of karma is moksha. So Brahma Jnanam doesn't solve, Brahma Upasana solves. This is a very important thing in Vedanta. Both Prabal, this is universal. What is the use of knowing? Vagera, vagera. You see, a layman says, what is the use of knowing? But you should also experience. An informed man, a Mimamsaka would say, hey, what is the use of knowing? But you should worship that truth. Upasana. Bas itna hi farak hai. You should worship. Because whenever you want something, it is something which you don't have. Desire is always for something which you don't have. And what you don't have, you have to bring it about. And the means is karma. And here the means is Brahmopasana. This is the argument. In answer to which the Siddhanti said, the Avagata Brahma doesn't have samsara, simple. Na Avagata Brahmatma Bhavasya Yatha Purvam Sansaritvam Shakyam Darshetum Veda Pramana Janita Brahmatma Bhava Virodhat. It's not possible that a person knows Brahman and continues to be a sansari, because that would go against the vision of the Shruti. That would amount to cancelling out to the validity of Veda Pramana. Not only that, cancelling out to the Veda Pramanyam means, Vedanta Pramanyam means cancelling out your Anubhava. Your Anubhava itself shows that you can be free without karma. You see, sleep is not a result of an action. Freedom from sleep, freedom in sleep, that's not karma phalam. That's not karma phalam. Because every karma phalam is enjoyed by a bhokta, an individual. I have to remain an individual to enjoy the results of the karma. But Sushupti is not karma phalam, because the very bhoktritvam is not there. Therefore, if Sushupti, the absolute peace, Sushupti, which is freedom from samsara, Sushupti is as Anubhava. It may not be recognized, may not have been recognized. It's a different matter. But everybody experiences freedom from samsara. I mean, you can't be more free than you are in deep sleep. It's not possible. There is not even an iota of past or future or struggle or absolute. Nor is it synonymous with one's existence and one's non-existence. It's not that you are not there, therefore you are not struggling. I say no, freedom from struggle is one's experience. Therefore, Sushupti is not a karma phalam. So if you say moksha is karma phalam, moksha is karma phalam, not jnanam. Moksha is not, jnanam gives moksha, but that moksha is not swarupam. If you say moksha is not swarupam, but moksha is karma phalam, that would go against Veda Pramanyam, meaning that would go against Anubhava. That would go against Anubhava. So in order to cancel out the Veda Pramanyam, in order to disprove the validity of Vedanta, you have to prove that Sushupti is the result of karma. You see? You have to prove that Shanti, the peace of deep sleep, is the result of karma. If that is the result of karma, as per the definition of the karma mimamsakas, every result of karma has to be enjoyed by the bhokta. Whereas in Sushupti, it is freedom from bhoktritvam. You can't say freedom from bhoktritvam is a result of karma. Freedom from bhoktritvam, freedom from jivatvam, freedom from sharira cannot be the result of any karma. Therefore, Sushupti being Swarupam and recognizing that Swarupam as the truth of all the three states is called Jnanam. And therefore, if we take the stand that our freedom lies in our actions, that would go against the Veda Pramanyam and that would go against the Anubhava. Without disproving Anubhava, you can't disprove Veda Pramanam, Veda Pramanyam. It's not it's not itna asan nahi. Itna asan nahi. जो लोग कहते हैं हाँ, we don't believe in Veda, we don't believe in Veda, तो ऐसे बोलते, तो बोलना है, ऐसे बोलते रहा. Therefore, Avagat Brahmatma Bhava Virodha. nahi shariradi atmabhimaninaha dukkha bhayadi matvam drishtamiti tasyaiva veda pramana janita brahmatmavagame tad abhimana nivrittau tadeva mityajnana nimittam dukkha bhayadi matvam bhavati iti shakyam kalpayatum. This also we have seen. It's not possible that a person who is having shariradi abhimana. Abhimanam means a confusion with the deha. Abhimanam is always mental. This is abhiman. This is me. That is called abhiman. One kind of abhimana is this is me. Another kind of abhimana is this is mine. You can't have a third kind of abhimana. There is only aham and mama. Oh, the entire adhyasa is in the mama. Aham and mama. In fact, it is only aham. This is me. So, shariradi abhimana nimittaha. So, because one sees, because we see the dukkham resulting from the abhimana that I am the deha. So, if the dukkham is the result of the abhimana with the deha, then the same dukkham can continue even without that abhimana. This stand is not right. If dukkham is due to abhimana, then dukkham cannot be without abhimana. If you say, no, dukkham continues to be there even after abhimana, is wrong. Therefore, that means what? Before knowledge there is dukkham and after knowledge also there is dukkham. To take that stand is wrong. Therefore you can't say even avagata brahmana, the one who has known Brahman also has samsara as before. This stand is not right. Now then he gave the example. Nahi dhaninaha grihastasya dhanabhimaninaha dhana apahara nimittam dukkham drishtamiti tatseva prabrajitasya dhanabhimana rahitasya tadeva dhanapahara nimittam dukkham bhavati. A person who has abhimana with dukkha, abhimana with dhanam. The abhimana is a very beautiful word. We are using the word abhimana as a synonym of adhyasa. Therefore it's a very wonderful word, abhimana. Abhimana means what? It is just thinking. Abhimanyate. Anena iti abhimana. Thought so. Thought so is called abhimana. Abhimanyate. Aisa manta hai, manna. Either you mano deliberately or you mano in ignorance. But it is abhimana. So this abhimana, if a person has abhimana with money, if he has got identification with his money, and then at that time, supposing he loses the money, and when he loses the money, a person who has identification with the money, and then he loses the money, definitely he gets a lot of dukkham. But if the same person suddenly becomes, virakta, the same person, not another person, the same person suddenly becomes virakta by some anugraha. Because vairagya, some anugraha. Anugraha is just a mere really patani janma janmantara sanskar. Otherwise vairagyam, natural vairagyam, samajdari vairagyam doesn't come to a person. There can be spasmodic vairagyam. Bouts of vairagyam may come. That's all right. Not vairagyam for good. Vairagyam for a while is possible. But there is a samajdari vairagyam. Vairagyam born of a very certain insight into what life is, what. That insight born vairagyam, that is really janma janmantara sukritam. So suddenly that sukritam surfaces in his mind. And then he suddenly becomes virakta, not due to the loss of money, understand. Not due to the loss of money, but genuine virakta, genuine vairagyam he gets. Then the same person will not have the dukkham born of that loss of money. You see, it's a contradiction. It's not possible. If he is a virakta, if he becomes a virakta, then he will not have that dukkham. It's not that, he has abhimanam with dhanam, then afterwards he loses it, then afterwards he becomes dukkhi, and then in time he forgets it. Aisa nahi. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that, like we are all doing about cricket. It's not like that, chalo 2-4 din mein theek ho jayega. Aisa nahi. The whole country is just a game. अपने काम में लगे रहो. ये सारी क्या है? आता ही जाता है. So now the same person, if he becomes a virakta, genuine virakta, then he will not have. So the previously he was a dukkhi, now he is free from dukkha. Now you can't say, even after gaining of vairagyam, he will continue to have dukkha. That's not possible. That's not possible. If he continues to have dukkha, that means he is not a virakta. There is no vairagyam. If he has vairagyam, he is not sad that he lost money. If he is still sad that he is not, then he is not virakta, pakka. Oh, I had money, then I lost, and then I took sannyasa. Bada kharab hua. Kya hua? You got vairagyam, which is the real wealth. They say vairagyam is the real wealth for a jiva. One should look at oneself as a jiva in the srishti. Bhatakta, bhatakta, yahan tak aaya hai jiva. And aage pata nahi kitna bhatkenge. Therefore, if you have vairagyam, then definitely you will have an opportunity to go into the truth. Vairagyam only brings you back to yourself. If you have vairagyam for everything, then your attention is always with yourself. Then where will it go? And therefore, how can you have really self-control without vairagyam? I have got so many things, I have got so many ambitions and so much of desire. Then again I have so much, no vairagyam, how can I control? Vairagyam is control. I don't have to control really. And vairagyam itself is not another control. Vairagyam is knowledge. Vairagyam is not an emotion. It is really discovering really, and I'm not going to be different. Even if I become another Bill Gates or Mittal or Ambani, I'm not going to be different. Kuch nahi hoga. And therefore, I have to live to know the truth. You see, if a person has vairagyam, genuine vairagyam, he will not have the dukkha. He is not sad that he lost money. This is one example. In the same manner, for the sukham also he gives another example. That is what we have to do today. That we have nacham, kundalinaham, kundalitva abhimana nimittam, sukham drishtamiti, tasyaiva, kundalabhyuktasya, kundalitva abhimana rahitasya, tadeva, kundalitva, abhimana nimittam, sukham bhavati. So, it is the abhimana that is there behind both sukham and dukkham. Abhimana. So, when I have abhimana with money, when I get it, there is sukham. When I lose it, there is dukkham. That's dvandva rupa sukham. That's different. Atma is sukha swarupam. When we say we are using the word sukham in the sense of swarupam. There is nothing wrong in saying Atma is sukham. There is nothing also wrong in saying that sukham is anityam. Which sukham? Abhimana nimittam sukham. I have abhimana with money, and if I get it, I get that sukham. That sukham itself, even abhimana nimitta sukham is not something that is mithya, that is also swarupam. That conditionality is mithya. That conditionality is anitya. Sukham is not anitya. Sukham is swarupam. That conditionality, that I am happy because of it. That statement is false. That I am peaceful because of this object, that statement is false. It's a lot to understand about the Sukham. In fact, in understanding Sukham correctly, you solve many problems. Sukham is the nature of the being. Sukham is, abstraction is creation. Sorrow, sadness is creation. Shanti is Swarup, because we don't experience Shanti being born. We only see sorrow getting resolved. Like silence is not created, Shanti is not created, subject is not created. So, Nacha, now Bhashyakara says, takes a lot of pains to explain this. Kundalinaha. Kundalinaha means the one who has got kundalas. Kundalin, like Dandin, so Shashti Ekavachan is Kundalinaha. Don't think it's Kundali Yoga or anything. Kundalinaha means the one who has got Kundal. Is that Kundali? So for this Kundalini, Kundalitva Abhimana Nimittam, born of that identification with the earrings. Sukham is very happy. Drishtam is seen. Man is seen to be happy, to have the earrings because he loves the earrings and he is identified with earrings. Meaning he loves them, that is Abhimana. He values them, that's all. He values the earrings and therefore whenever he has earrings, he is seen to be very happy. Sukham drishtamiti tasyaiva, and for the same person, that tasyaiva is very important. That tasya for the same person. Kundala viyuktasya, and he has removed the kundala. Kundala viyuktasya. Kundalitva abhimana rahitasya. Not only he has removed the kundalas and he has no abhimana with it. He has no value for it. Kundalitva abhimana rahitasya. Tadeva kundalitva abhimana nimittam, the prior emotion of happiness. Tadeva, Vodi, the same previous. Kundalitva abhimana nimittam sukham. The previous, joy of having kundala, nimittam. Sukham na bhavati, to nahi hoga. Whatever joy he had of having kundalas, that joy he doesn't have once he has no abhimana. Then you will say, my God, through vairagyam we lose sukham. Then through vairagyam you lose sukham. Through vairagyam you also lose dukham. Through vairagyam you lose sukham. Generally people have sukham in, I've got this house worth 25 crores, sukham, elation, I got money, a lot of sukham, it's called moda. It's called moda. I got this, I got this, I got this, I got a lot of money in the reserve bank, itna paisa hai, mera beta itna kama raha hai. आजकल मेरा बेटी भी कमा रही है, तो बड़ा मजा में हूँ. मैं कल परसों स्विट्जरलैंड भी जाके आऊंगा, जयपुर जाऊंगा. This is the whole thing. The whole day, one is reveling in one's possessions. That's all the anandam. The anandam born of the thoughts of what you have. But how kuch nahi. The thoughts of, and supposing he loses memory, I tell you, it's gone. Supposing he loses memory, then he can't remember. It's all memory. It's all memory. You remember what you had and feel. That's why the Shruti explains very beautifully. Tasya priyameva shira. Your entire anandam, this so-called anandamaya, the individual's happiness is what? Tasya priyameva shira. Modo dakshana pakshaha pramoda uttara paksha. You are like a bird enjoying some anandam. That you love things. That you love things makes you happy. That you achieve them makes you happier. That you enjoy them. This morning, I'm telling you, this happened at 4 o'clock. I went for my walk. 2 bandas. You understand bandas? 2 Punjabi bandas. One is a Siddharji, the other is his friend, who was not his Siddharji, but thick friends. At 4 o'clock in the park, with bottles open, they were drinking. And they were nice. They were not criminals or anything. Sunday in the morning, they want to start the holiday nicely. Then I was walking. Then one person came. Asked me, said, hello, can I also walk with you? Then he said, yes, you can walk with me. You can walk behind me, you can walk before me, you can walk with me. That's up to you. Then he walked with me and started talking. Swamiji, we also have a park like this in Rajouri Gardens. And I go for my walk. And when I go for my walk, it creates a lot of appetite. See? And when I walk, it creates appetite and I enjoy my food, I enjoy my drink, etc. Keeps me very happy. What is it all? Priya Moda, Pramoda. So when I think of all, you think of what you love and you prepare yourself to enjoy. That's called walking. Understand? Walking is what? Preparing yourself to enjoy your drink, enjoy your food. This is called Pramoda. So this Moda, Pramoda, this is all what really memory born. But Atma is neither Sukham in that sense nor Dukkham in that sense. It's not a conditional happiness nor Dukkham. Like Sushupti is neither Moda nor Dukkham. Shanti is different from a thought of a pleasure. Thought is not a pleasure, but the thought of achievement gives you certain laya. See, this to explain this, I am not going to create 2 kinds. I am not going to say that there are 2 kinds of sukham, anandam, called eternal happiness and non-eternal. There is no non-eternal happiness. Happiness is eternal. And there is the struggle in man. So when there is a thought of achievement, distraction resolves, anxiety resolves. That resolution of anxiety makes you feel that you get the sukha. It is being once, it is experiencing oneself. Experiencing the resolution of anxiety is nothing but again experiencing the shanti of one's being. Experiencing the freedom from anxiety means experiencing oneself as anxiety free. Anxiety free means what? As peaceful, and that is the nature. So peacefulness is not created. Peacefulness is registered when the anxiety is resolved. When anxiety is resolved, there is shanti. Like when the sound resolves, you register silence. That's all. You don't really create silence. Anyway, here Bhashikara, we are at the Drishtanta level. This Drishtanta Bhagavan says, hey, if a person has identification with the money, and if he loses it, he feels sad. But if he becomes a Virakta, then he doesn't feel sad. If a person has Abhimana with Kundalis, kundalas, and then if he vimana, and later on he becomes virakta, he becomes sukham. He feels that there is a joy of having kundalas, but the same joy of having kundalas will not persist with him if he becomes virakta. In that manner, what is felt in avidya cannot be felt in vidya. What is felt in vidya cannot be felt when the avidya is gone, because avidya is the condition for dukkham. Avidya is the condition for sansara. Like abhimana is the condition for dukkham. Abhimana, mamatvam. Abhimana with the money is the condition for the dukkham. Abhimana is the condition, abhimana with the kundalas is the condition for sukham. And minus that abhimana, there is neither sukham nor dukkham. In that manner, avidya, atma avidya, self-error is the condition for the entire sansara. And that when avidya is corrected, there can't be any sansara. And therefore, hey Purvapakshi, don't say that even Shuddha Brahma will continue to have sansara. Therefore, in understanding Brahman itself, the problem is solved. There is no requirement, there is no need to do Brahma Upasana. Not only there is no need, there is no possibility. वो बहुत बड़ी बात है. This over. Taduktam shutyam ashariram vavasantam na priya priye sprishataha iti. Now Bhashyakara quotes the Shruti for what he said. Taduktam shrutya. Therefore it is said by the Shruti. Ashariram. Asharira is a word used for Atma. It's not absence of the body. Asharira means the body free. Asharira means the embodiment free. The body free. That which is not the body. Ashariram. Vava, indeed. Santam. Present participle, second case. Both ashariram is second case, santam is second case. जो शरीर से मुक्त है by nature. That which is not the body, the self that is not the body. Na priya priya sprishataha. Priyam and apriyam is called priya priya. It means sukham and dukkham. Na sprishataha, they don't touch. Sukham and dukkham do not touch the self that is never the body. And it should be understood. This word touch must be understood. It doesn't touch. It doesn't touch. Means not that it is there and it doesn't touch. It doesn't qualify it. Bas. Meaning Sukham is not Atma Swarupam. Dukkham is not Atma Swarupam. Bas. That should be the meaning of the word. Sukham and Dukkham are not our nature. Elation and depression are not our nature. Elation and depression are in the realm of the ignorance about the self. They are in the realm of the distorted view about the self, that I am the body. Within the realm of the avidya, that my existence is synonymous with the body, in that realm exists the thought of elation and depression. It's called sansara. Shruti says, by nature, that's what you think, but in fact, ashariram vava santam, the self that is free from the body. It doesn't mean if the self becomes free from the body. Don't translate it. The self that is by nature not the body. The self that is not the body by nature. And don't translate if it becomes free from the body. And then you measure the whole Vedanta is gone. That one small little When you become free from the body, you are not touched by pleasure and pain. If you translated that Vakya, then there is no Vedanta there. Then there is no Vedanta there. और कुछ आ जाती है. ऐसे, by nature, even when you are thinking that you are the body, by nature, the pleasure that you feel and the pain that you feel are not your attributes. If they are not your attributes and still felt, they are only errors about you. Therefore, ashariram vamusantam priya priye na sprishataha priyam cha priya priye na sprishataha iti. Now, the next argument that is taken up by the Purvapakshi is a very important argument. That is also given. Bhashikara thinks. This is how man thinks. Sharire patite ashariratvam syat na jivataha iti chet na sasharirattvasya mithya nimittatvat. Sharire patite, when the body falls, on the fall of the body alone, ashariratvam syat, man becomes free from the body only after death. Till then he cannot be free from the body. He cannot be asharira. Asharira means body free. Sasharira means with the body. Understand? Ashariraha, sa-shariraha. So now the Purvapakshi says, the body freedom that you are talking about, the freedom from the body that you are talking about, it can only result from the fall of the body. Patite sharire, ashariratvam syat, freedom from the body can be achieved through death. Na jivataha, not when one is alive. Na jivataha purushasya, na jivataha shashti ekavacham, na jivataha jivasya, na jivataha purushasya. When man is alive, for him, ashariratvam is not possible. He has to go through sashariratvam. Iti chet, if this is the paksha, if this is the argument, the Siddhanta says, Bhashikara says now, तब तो कोई वेदांत का अर्थ ही नहीं. It is not a big unfoldment. Oh, as long as when you are alive, you are the body. When you die, then you have no body. Great unfoldment. It's a big, great unfoldment. In fact, you would feel like committing suicide then and there. If I have to hear all these things throughout life. No, you are wrong. Why? Sasharirattvasya, the state of embodiment. Mithya jnana nimittatvat, he is in the form of an error. He is the result of an error means he is in the form of an error. That I am the body is an error about the self. That is not the quality of the self. Therefore, sashariratvam, ashariratvam doesn't follow death. Ashariratvam is the fact even when one feels the sashariratvam. Why? Because sashariratvam is mithya jnana nimittatvat. He is in the form of bhranti about the asharira. Sashari embodiment is a confusion, is a perception about the body free. It is the body free that looks at that I am the body. Before one wakes up, he is body free. So it is the body free. It is the body free that is taken for the body. Waking up is not that really you carry the body to Sushupti and then bring it back. Sushupti means the body free. Assumes the body. The body free by nature is taken for the body. That is called avidya kalpitam. Therefore, that the ashariratvam swarupam is not something that is not in anubhava. Ashariratvam is as the nature, because freedom from the body is freedom from thought. And therefore freedom from thought is not really born of thought. Freedom from the body is not born of the body. Freedom from the body is the Swarupa. Therefore, deep sleep state is freedom from the body and freedom from the thought, and that is the Swarupa. It is the body free that is seen as the body. Therefore, that this Ashariratvam is a perception. Not only that, even in the waking state, the drashta cannot be drishyam. Therefore, the drashta is not really qualified by drishyam. The drashta doesn't enjoy the drishyam as its ingredient parts. See, the seer is only seer. The seer is only seer. Then how can the seer enjoy certain, qualities in him called jadam? Seer doesn't enjoy jadatvam in him, and body is jadam. And the seer of the body doesn't have any jadatvam. Seer of the body is not inert. The seer of the universe is not inert. The seer of the waking dream and the negation is not inert. Therefore, within Anubhava is the fact that we are not the body. That we are not the body is an ever-experienced fact. It has no conditions. That we are free from the body, that we are not the body is the self-evident fact. Very big statement. That we are not the body is a self-evident fact, ununderstood. It is Swatasiddham. Nobody can say it is not so. To say it is not so is easy. But to mean it, to prove it is not easy. Impossible. Therefore, Sasharirattvasya, that state of embodiment is mithya jnana nimittatvat. It is due to mithya jnanam about this self, or it is in the form of mithya jnanam. मिथ्या ज्ञान ही सशरीरत्व का निमित्त है, रीजन है. Clear? And therefore, ashariratvam is not the result of death. Freedom from embodiment is not the result of death. Freedom from embodiment is the nature of the self. And the one which is embodiment free is not qualified by sukham and dukkham. Adhimana upon sukham and dukkham. Atma, that is free from sharir, that which is free from sharira adhimana by nature, that which is free from the body is not affected by, is not qualified by the adhimana upon sukham and dukkham. Brahmajnanam, understanding the truth, means the one who looks to be embodied is in fact ashariraha. The one who is looking sashariraha is that which is looking sarpa is in fact rajju. That is called jnana. Atasmin tadbuddhihi. That which is looking sarpa is in fact not sarpa but rajju. The eye that is looking Sasharira is in fact Asharira. As Asharira, who is your brother? Who is your father? Who is your mother? Who is your wife? What is the use of thinking Hamara Dadaji The? It is all what? It is all samsara. I am telling you, moha. We have to understand Vedanta correctly. Whether we at least look at it correctly. What is it? It's not a moha. Dadaji, when he is fast asleep, whose Dadaji is? वो तो पूरा सृष्टि का दादा है. He is the Karanam. It is not nobody's Dada. There is no relation at all. Therefore, Sashariratvam is Bhranti, Sashariratvam born, all sambandhas are Bhranti. Sashariratvam is Bhranti, because who becomes embodied? The unembodied becomes embodied. That which is by nature embodied, he doesn't become embodied, he is seen embodied. Drashta cannot become Drishyam, because Drashta continues to be Drashta, he doesn't become Drishyam. I tell you, if the Drashta becomes Drishyam, then he should cease to be Drashta. But he doesn't cease to be Drashta. He continues to be Drashta. That means he has not become Drishyam. Therefore, the idea that I am the body is what? Not that the Drashta has become Drishyam, the Drashta is seen as Drishyam. Similarly, the embodiment-free self is only seen as embodied, because it continues to be asharira. Therefore, the body-born moha, sambandhas-born moha, and the memories of the past and the fears of the future, kya hoga ye, this is all. We have to understand samsara correctly. Srishti mein sansari hai. And this whole samsara, Vedanta refers to, traces, it is all a wrong view about your nature. Therefore, mithya jnana nimittatva. Clear? Nahi atmanah shariratma abhimana lakshanam mithya jnanam muktva anyataha sashariratvam shakyam kalpayitum. You can quote unquote this statement. ये बहुत काम आएंगे ये वाक्य. ये वाक्य बहुत काम का वाक्य है. बहुत बड़ा काम का वाक्य है. Different people explain embodiment different. Body comes and associates itself with the body. Sankhyas talk about the self gets associated with the body. There is a body and there is a self, two things, that the self slowly creeps and identifies with the body. Purusha slowly crawls. You know how a boy slowly gets tempted by the girl or vice versa, and then they get identified. Slowly Atma है ना, पुरुष है, और बॉडी प्रकृति है. वो पुरुष जो है ना, वो धीरे 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 gets gravitated. Prakriti attracts the Purusha. Purusha gravitates towards the Prakriti and becomes associated with the Prakriti, and then samsara begins. This is one explanation. That means there are two realities. One is Purusha, the other is Prakriti. So what is the samsara due to? Purusha identifies with Prakriti. That means there are two realities. This is one school. Another school is, Vedantis themselves say, there is a thing called false body, which is made of Mula Vidya. Mula Vidya is a material. There is a body. Don't go into Mula Vidya, otherwise you will get confused. Just understand, there is a false body. Sankhya says there is a real body and Purusha identifies with it. Vedanti says there is a false body and Atma, and instead of calling Purusha, you call it Atma. Instead of calling it real body, you call it false body. So Atma, Purusha is better. It is better to identify with the real stuff. Why are you use of identifying with the false body? So Vedanta is not better. The Vedanta says the Atma identifies with the false body that is there. Think of associations. Another person says karma brings about identification. Karma. So the karma that you did before brings about identification with the body. And identification with the body leads to further karma. And karma again brings, this is what is called a perpetuation. This is called a perpetuation school. This perpetuating school. It's called Anyonyashaya. All this Mimamsaka school. Karma leads to Sashariratvam, and Sashariratvam, karma leads to body, body leads to further karma leads to body, in this manner. Sankhya says, Purusha identifies with the Prakriti. And Vedanti also says, some Vedantis, they are called Navina Vedantinaha. Navina Vedantinaha means Neo Vedantis. Neo Vedantis means a lot of people who came after Bhashyakara. They are called, and those who came from 7th century onwards. Neo Vedanta is not 20th century. Those who invented Mula Vidya, they are called Navina Vedantinaha. So there is a false body and you go and identify with the body. All these things are smashed by Bhashyakara. The vision of Bhashyakara and Anubhava is not that there is a body other than really mistaking the body. Like the dream body, it is not that there is a dream body and identify the dream body. See, look at the body. Nahi, not. Atmanaha Sharira Atma Abhimana Lakshanam. Sharira Atma Abhimana Lakshanam means, the Abhimana with the body. The Abhimana with the body means this idea that I am the body. It's not association with the body. It is that I am the body. I am the body. It is a mistake about the I. This error about the self, mithya jnanam, the error, muktva, except in the form of an error about the I, except in the form of the error about the I, anyataha, through another way, by any other method, sashariratvam, embodiment, na shakyam kalpayitum. You can't imagine embodiment except as an error about the self. You can't establish, you can't explain away embodiment except as an error about the self. Why? Because in Sushupti there is no body. When there is no embodiment, then there is no body. You can't say there is body but I am awake. In deep sleep, you are not only free from being the body, not only one is free from being the body, and when one is free from being the body, in that there is not also the body. You can't say my body is there on the bed. Why? There is no anubhava that I am free from the body, but my body is there. I am free from the waking state, but the state is there. I am free from the prapancha, but prapancha is there. This kind of thing is not there. Therefore, you can't pause it like this. There is a body and the body free self. There is a body and the free. And the body free self goes and associates itself with the body. You can't. Therefore, there is no Atma going and associating with the body. I am the body is an error about the body free. What else can Jiva do? All what else? These are called Jiva. Understand it? Jiva. Paramatma, Jiva, in the Moha about the self, what is it? Jiva. Jiva is what going. Therefore, this jiva, here Bhagavan says, Nahi atmanaha sharira atma adhimana lakshanam vidhyajnana muktva, except in the form of an error. Anyataha, by another way, sashariratvam nashakyam kalpetum. It's not possible to imagine embodiment except as an error about the self. This is the exact translation. Bhashyakara says, you can't explain away embodiment except as an error about the self. You can't explain away embodiment as a result of a process. You can't explain away embodiment as a result of an action or in the form of an association between two things. Association can never be an error. Association is association. Association cannot be an error. Nor dissociation is an error. It is sanyoga viyoga. Therefore, the universal problem is we always think of our presence with the body as association with the body. Therefore, similarly, we look at our association with the universe. So we imagine that we have association with the body, association with the universe, and dissociation. So life is association, death is dissociation. We think a lot of association and dissociation, and therefore that creates really, it becomes an emotive problem. It triggers emotions. Associations create emotions, dissociations create, and therefore the more we think of life as association leading to dissociation, and that dissociation, the thought of dissociation makes one sad. Makes one sad that all that I am associated, I have to nostalgic emotions. Not easy. Therefore, the Vedanta is not to be looked at, as an ordinary thing. It is addressing man to understand, hey, your problem is not dissociations or associations. There is a certain distortion about you are not able to see your actuality. That is the ashariratvam. Therefore, when a person goes to sleep, let us say, sleep is, I am using the word sleep, that is swarupam. That is swarupam. Swarupam is indeed, in that swarupam, where is association, where is dissociation? Is there, from that point of view, there is neither prior association nor later. There is no atta. There is no atta. The question of sanyoga viyoga doesn't arise. So the advitiyam is mistaken as sashariraha. There you have to see, there you have to apply Bhashyakara's definition. Atasmin tad buddhihi. The asharira atma is seen as sasharira atma. That is where it fits in. That's where it fits in. The body free is seen as the body. The body free is seen as the body, or I can say the unembodied by nature is seen as embodied. There is no difference. The language is different. That's all. It is only paribhashika bheda. There is no real bheda. Two kinds of expressions for the same thing. Therefore, life is not really, life cannot be explained away, embodiment cannot be explained away as a result of a process or as a, incidental association, the result of an action, some destiny, some God's will. Neither it is God's will nor one's action. This is all. Because action and embodiment go together. Don't create hedu bhava between the two. Actions lead to embodiment, embodiment leads to action. They say it is one. I say embodiment and action, they are blocked together. To be embodied, it is like saying, the fear of snake. The fear of snake leads to the perception of snake. Don't say that. ऐसा कुछ नहीं. The fear of snake, no. The perception of the snake and the fear of the snake go as one. There is an error and the result of the error. I see it as snake and there is a fear of the snake. I see myself as embodied, as incomplete, and go about searching for completeness because that happens to be my nature, and in the process I start doing actions, I become karta. Good and bad deeds go about. So it's all within that. It's one block. Thus, neither it is God's will, nor it is one's karma, nor it is an incidental association, nor some kind of, identification, association. Neither Sankhya school, nor Muladitya school, nor it is a theological school, God's will, etc., etc., nor a Mimamsaka school. All these things can be dismissed by this one vakya. I say you can't explain away embodiment, life. You can't explain away embodiment except as a pranti about the absolute. Except as a pranti about the body-free truth. Clear? And one more line please. Nityam ashariratvam akarma nimittatvat iti avochama. Nityam ashariratvam. Freedom from the body is nityam, is the eternal nature of the self. It's not anit, it's not brought about. It is nityam, that is the swarup. Nityam means swarup. Freedom from the body is the nature of the self. Freedom from the body means what? Advitiyatvam. Not that a jiva is there. To be a jiva without a body is the nature, don't say that. I said, if to be free from the body is the nature, then to be free from being a jiva is also the nature. That means to be Brahman is the nature. To be Advayam is the nature. To be non-dual is the nature. So Ashariratvam Nityam. Nityam Ashariratvam. Ashariratvam, freedom from embodiment is the nature. Why? Akarma nimittatvat. It is not the result of an action. Freedom from embodiment is not the result of an action. Meaning, freedom from embodiment is not the result of an action. Freedom from embodiment is also not the result of a process. Freedom, because anything other than anything you say, it becomes karma nimitta. Why? If it is God's will, that is karma nimitta. Because karma itself stems from the will. Karma itself is will born. So if it's God's will, it's karma nimitta. If it is temptation born, karma nimitta. If the Atma creeps and identifies, again it is karma nimitta. Good and bad deeds determine the body, it's also karma nimitta. In Brihadaranyaka we saw this point, karma only, the karma of this life determines only the quality of the later lives, not that the karma itself determines life. Embodiment is avidya kalpitam. Within that avidya, good and bad deeds matter. Good and bad deeds matter because within the realm of embodiment, good and bad deeds bring me some comforts and discomforts. But embodiment itself, not the quality of embodiment. Embodiment is not the result of karma. It is kalpitam. As Bhashikara said, Nityabhimana lakshanam muktva na anyataha sashariratvam kalpayatum na shakyam. It's not possible to imagine even sashariratvam except as an error. Except as an error about the Advayam. It cannot be proved. Life can't be proved as a result. And this applies to the universe. I am telling you, the universe also can't be proved as the result of karma. It's not karma nimittam. It's not the result of a process. Nor it is the result of a will. You can't say really there's some big bang came and then universe created. Big bang becomes karma. Then who causes the big bang? And where did it take place? You say in space. Space is a part of Srishti. Now where does it take place? Because space is Srishti. And you can't think, and if you leave the space, then you come back to yourself. You can't say there is a big bang happened in the self. Therefore, just as Sashariratvam cannot be proved except as an error about the truth, even universe cannot be proved except as a perception in the same Advayam. Because it's all one Adhyasa. And therefore, hey Purupakshi, don't say that knowledge doesn't solve the problem. Don't say right knowledge about oneself doesn't solve the problem. The right knowledge about oneself corrects the Mithya Jnanam. When it corrects the Mithya Jnanam, then all that is Mithya Jnana born, Priya, Apriya, etc. also is gone. And therefore, what solves the problem? If Sashariratvam, Priya, Priya are due to Sashariratvam, and Sashariratvam is in the form of Mithya Jnanam, and therefore Samyak Jnanam corrects Mithya Jnanam. Therefore, you don't have to wait until death, to fall. Until the fall of the body, so that you become Ashariratvam. Because Ashariratvam is not the result of an event. Ashariratvam is neither an event, nor is it the result of an event. Ashariratvam is the Swarupam. Sushupti is not an event, nor is it the result of an event. Therefore, Nityam Ashariratvam Akarma Nimittattvaditi Avochama. Bhagavan says, I have already said it before. मैं तो पहले ही बताया था. That Ashariratvam is Nityam. Freedom from embodiment is the nature, not some incidental thing, not the result of karma, not somebody's will. Neither it is my will, nor it is God's will, nor it is a natural process. Don't say it's a natural process. That is the best thing, this is all. This language is good for your conferences. Life is the result of a natural process. And all right, please explain it further. And there is no further explanation. Why don't you explain further? It's a natural process. What does it mean? Well, natural process. Natural process means two people marry and then you are the result. That doesn't itself, then how did they come about? Through that. Then it becomes anavastha. But you have to clinch it. Explanation must be clinched. So children are born of parents. Parents are born of their parents. And they are born of their parents. That means anavastha. Anavastha is no. Anavastha is an error. Anavastha, an error in thinking. Because you are unnecessarily precipitating regress ad infinitum in the analysis. It's a dosha. And a dosha don't consider. A dosha committed in thinking, don't look upon it as the explanation. Hey Rama, a dosha that you commit in thinking is not the answer. It's a dosha. Precipitating anavastha is a dosha. And how can a dosha committed in thinking be the explanation? And therefore, Ashariratvam is Nityam, and therefore, Jnana is the solution, and therefore, it is not that you should not only know Brahman, but also you should do Upasana, etc. Upasana is good if you want to do. That is, as per Chitta Shuddhi, as a student of truth, you can do Upasana. But don't take the stand. After knowing, say everything I do in order to know. That is the best stand in life. Everything I am doing in life to be clear about myself. Everything I do, all disciplines, Sarve Vedayat Padamamanam, that is a bulldoze. That is a bulldoze sloka. Sarve Vedaha Yatpadamamananti. All Vedas talk about what? Tapagamsis Sarvanicha Yatvadanti. All disciplines are meant for facilitating which knowledge? Adichanto Brahmacharyam Charanti. Desiring to know which alone man follows a life of disciplines and self-control. Brahmacharya means self-control, etc. And Tattevadakam Sangrahenam Pravemi Vomikyeta, that is all like the fourth line, the 3 lines you look at it. It's a bulldoze sloka. That means in life, all the entire literature talks about the truth. All discipline, the purpose of all disciplines is only to make man recognize his free nature, his advaya nature, peaceful nature, and even brahmacharyas, etc. for the same stuff. Study, I will learn. That way upasana can be a part of, it's a preparatory thing, but it's not something that's going to solve the problem. It's a preparatory. Jnana is the answer. We'll continue with this continuity. Because he had asked so many questions before. Now Bhashyakara remembers, he did not answer all of them at that time. He picks up one after another. This is what you asked, this is what you said, here is the answer. This is what you said, this is the objection that you raised, and here is the answer. He's answering, objection after objection. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevamdrishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We have another 2 classes to go. Yes. Just we have only 2 classes, but we will not be able to complete. So we will come back and complete. We can't complete the 4th sutra. That's what I mean. Will it be possible to complete? I don't think. 2 classes में क्या होता है? 2 class क्या है? For a hungry man, you give one murmura. One small little murmura. क्या होगा उससे? 2 classes है, तो कुछ भी नहीं.